this is Tiffany Velati here, and as you know, if you have seen any of my videos, they can range all the way from comedy to narcissistic abuse, all the way to, oh my gosh, whatever, right? But today's video I am going to make about when you have been abused and then you go and try to tell somebody else and get this abuse off of your chest. It is not always easy. And I want to first and foremost say, please pause first off and maybe make a list of, or just in your head, make a list of who is smart to talk to and about these things and who will understand what happened to you, and then think of the list of people that maybe are not so keen in this area. Think about the people that in your family maybe that may throw it back in your face, gaslight you, tell you it never happened, tell you that, trying to make you just think that you're wrong. Also, the person, think of people that you may want to immediately go to that may nag you if you're not up to terms with that word. Nagging means to chop you down to size, to make you feel less than. But gaslighting, if you're also not aware of what gaslighting is, it is probably the number one way that somebody, they may be the abuser, but they may not be the abuser. They could be the codependent. They could be the enabler of the abuser. So it is anyone who tries to discredit you, who tries to discount what you have been through, and it's most likely usually family members. Also, even if you decide to go to a therapist or a friend, you need to be careful and guard and protect your heart. Because here's the thing, many people, especially family, will discredit it, tell you, well, I never heard of it, so you have to be wrong. This can't really be. Aunt so-and-so never told me about this, so that can't be true. Your grandmother never said something. Your friend, your sister, your brother, you have to be wrong. Are you making this up? Please tell me this isn't real, because I never knew about it. What else? People will make anything up to discredit, because sometimes they don't want to see it. They're like, no, I don't want to see this. This couldn't have happened, please. And inside they're just like, please, this, no. And sometimes that's it. They'll just say no. They won't have a defense. You may come to them with proof. You may tell them everything that ever happened, all the abuse, and you may be destroyed when they say, no, never happened. Sorry. No, well, I never heard about that. Why didn't I ever hear about that? You're lying. You're lying. They could say anything. You're lying. You're not telling the truth. You're making this up because blah, 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 right? So, first off, I'm going to read, and I know I already read lyrics in both of these songs in another video, but specifically, if you are told you're lying, the abuse that you are saying happened never happened, or they're trying to gaslight you and tell you you're not remembering things right. A lot of times, if a grandmother or a mother is married to like a child molester and you were molested many times, it is documented. The mother she can't deal with it and she'll be like, you're lying. That never happened, or you asked for it, which, are you serious right now? You asked for it? Or they were born in like 1901, and then you tell them recently and they're like, oh no, well, what did you do to deserve it? They'll say crazy shit to make you feel like you are full of crap, to discourage you from calling the cops, to stop you from telling your story. Many people who are connected do not want to hear it. And even if they are not connected, many people will just discount you. Like, there's tons of trolls online that'll be like, oh, you deserved it. I bet that BITCH is lying. That I bet that never happened. Look at her. She's just trying to get attention. So, I want to be here to tell you that I hear you. And I believe you. And I want to say, be wise. Very wise. Even I have called 1-800 lines before. And even I have heard very abusive reactions from them. So don't group everybody into one huge bulk of a bubble. Find somebody that scout them out. And if it is an emergency, I would say call me, but I also know that's very dangerous for me to accept a ton of calls. Maybe just listen to me if you have been abused, emotionally, sexually, verbally, at your job, in your home, by your stepfather, your father, your mother, your stepmother. I am here to say I hear you. And I believe you because I have been through it. And you know what? If somebody from your family or anybody on the internet, let's say you expressed yourself like I expressed myself through, I'm an actress, so I do a bunch of things. I did recently, this is what inspired me. I did an acting monologue. And to be honest, back when I was in college, I was inspired by this acting monologue because my mother was extremely abused. I was abused. My half-brothers were abused. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to redo my acting monologues to add to my reel. Well, somebody who is a part of the family responded. And they said, oh, this can't be. This can't be because otherwise we would have known about it. Oh my God, you freaked me out. And I was basically shut down. I was told it was gaslighting. Like, this couldn't have happened. Or else Aunt so-and-so would have said something. That's gaslighting. Telling somebody this never happened. You're imagining things. It couldn't have happened. That's gaslighting and nagging. That's like, you never experienced that. Oh, what would you know? Are you making this up? You're making this up, aren't you? And you may hear things along these lines. Let me promise you and tell you, look, Do not trust and believe when people say these types of things to you. And whatever you do, if you were abused, don't give up on speaking your truth, because you know what? If somebody tells you that, they usually, they may have been abused and they're too frightened. Or they may not have been abused and they're still too frightened to let the family name go down in flames, or to let other people on social media know. No, nobody can know. Don't, whatever you do, don't air your dirty laundry. First off, that's a bunch of BS from 1845, okay? Guess what? Today, people are airing their dirty laundry because why? Because, well, it helps them heal and it helps other people hear the same story that they went through maybe. And now they can get free from the abuse. So don't listen to any of that BS. And I'm going to read 2 songs to you because I know I just went through this myself. So, like I said, if you are in despair right now because you had the guts to stand up and say something, don't be discouraged, because there are people out there that need to hear your story. I need to hear your story. I think it's empowering. Harvey Weinstein would have never gone down unless somebody, multiple women, stood up and said, no, you need to hear my story. Epstein never would have gone down. Multiple people, especially in Hollywood, politics, even regular people would not go down. And I don't mean go down like I am out there trying to like put people in prison. But if somebody has abused, it needs to come out, because the victim, and it's called victim shaming. Victim shaming and victim blaming. So I'm gonna just read lyrics real quick to inspire you to not just give up and surrender and cover yourself back in the shame that somebody may try to put on you, or cover yourself back in the blame or denial. They will deny it. Some people, a lot of times women, will deny it because they want to protect the abuser. That's huge. Especially if they are trauma bonded. They may be trauma bonded to the abuser, and you got yourself free. And you're like, oh, I'm not gonna just let him or her get away with this, and you're not gonna shut my mouth. So first one is called Quiet by Milk, Milck. And it goes, put on your face, know your place, shut up and smile. Don't spread your legs. I could do that. But no one knows me. No one ever will. If I don't say something, if I just lie still, would I be that monster? Scare them all away? If I let them hear what I have to say. And then it goes to the chorus, I can't keep quiet. I can't keep quiet. And it repeats, a one-woman riot, right? A one-woman riot. Even if you are the only person, man or woman, the only one, a one-woman riot. I can't keep quiet for anyone anymore. Because no one knows me. No one ever will. If I don't say something, take that dry blue pill. when she says that, take that dry blue pill, it means that feeling before you say it. People may freak out. Whatever. That's their freaking problem. It's your freedom to come out and say, I've been abused, and I'm going to take that dry blue pill because I know it's going to hurt going down, but I'm done hiding this. And then it goes on to say, but I have to do this. I can't keep quiet. I can't keep quiet. And it repeats. A one-woman riot. Oh, I can't keep quiet. Let it out, let it out, let it out now. Let it out now. There will be someone who understands. Let it out now. Let it out now. Must be someone who understands. There will be someone who understands. Let it out, let it out, let it out now. I can't keep quiet. Let it out now. Let it out now. I can't keep quiet. No, I can't keep quiet. No, for anyone anymore. And my next one that I chose is Halsey, graveyard. Because let's say, for example, well, you could be the person. You could be the woman married to the man, or you could be the daughter and you were abused by your stepfather. Either way, it's called graveyard. And it's about trauma bonding. Look up trauma bonding, because usually a man or woman, whatever, but usually a man, not to make this a man-hating video or station or YouTube, whatever. But it could be either one. It's crazy when the thing you love the most is the detriment. Let that sink in. You can think again when the hand you want to hold is a weapon and nothing but skin. So they're saying sometimes narcissists are very well known, even psychopaths, of tricking somebody who is a good-hearted person, and you think you're holding hands with the love of your life, or your mother or your parent thinks they are, or you think they think they're holding somebody's hand who really is psycho or a narcissist and crazy and looking to destroy your life. They may do it covertly, which is under the radar, like little snarky ways, or overtly, totally outrageous ways. Oh, because I keep digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running, I keep running, I keep running. They say I may be making a mistake. I would have followed all the way, no matter how far. So, no matter what, you or someone you know is in the situation where they will follow this person no matter how far, no matter how much abuse you witness or they witness. They are trauma bonded. They will follow and follow, and it will just keep going. And they will not defend you, and they will not defend themselves. They say, I may be making a mistake. I would have followed all the way no matter how far. I know when you go down all your darkest roads, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard. Oh, 'cause I keep digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running when both my feet hurt. I won't stop till I get where you are. Oh, when you go down all your darkest roads, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard. So all of this is saying I would keep going. That's trauma bonding. To follow somebody to the graveyard. And I don't mean healthy love. I mean a sick trauma bonding love where the person is so abusive and whoever is following them, the mother or yourself or a friend, he would follow them no matter how far. Even if it leads to your own demise, your mother's demise, your father's demise, if it leads to anyone's demise, it doesn't matter. They will follow this sick, psycho, or narcissistic person all the way to the graveyard. And then she goes, you look at me with eyes so dark, don't know how you even see. You pushed right through me. So basically she's talking about how they kind of like mesmerize you or like hypnotize you. Like they lock you in and they're like, they know what they have to do to lock you in, to follow them and strive after them until it's at your demise, your mother's demise, your father's demise, your friend's demise, someone else's demise, the end of their life. Many people have been killed from following a narcissist, a psychopath, and loving them too much. And there is such a thing. And then she just keeps on going. It's getting real. You lock the door, you're drunk at the steering wheel, and I can't conceal. Oh, 'cause I keep digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running, I keep running, I keep running. They say I may be making a mistake. I would have followed all the way, no matter how far. I know when you go down all your darkest roads, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard. Red flags, hello. When you're willing to follow someone so far down their darkest roads and you can't separate, or your mother or your father or your friend can't separate and stop, and now their life is sinking, or now this person is destroying you, or your mother or whoever, destroying you or them, someone you know, that's when it's like, hello, no, stop. This isn't healthy. And many times it is kind of portrayed in movies, except for Lifetime. Hey, shout out Lifetime. LMN Network, shoot. That it is like such a well-known, like stereotypical thing now, is that it's, hey, I love you so much I would die for you. I love you so much I would go to the depth of hell for you. And it's like, wait. And it's portrayed as like, oh, you're so in love that you would do anything for that person. Well, that can come to a point where it is very unhealthy. So she continues. Oh, 'cause I keep on digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running, I keep running, I keep running. They say I may be making a mistake. I would have followed all the way, no matter how far. Again, I know when you go down all your darkest roads, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard. Oh, 'cause I keep digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running when both my feet hurt. I won't stop till I get where you are. So even when your feet hurt, that's a sign. When you're hurting yourself, whether it's your feet, your soul, your mind, anything, if you're in pain, something is not right. Oh, it's funny how the warning signs can feel like they're butterflies. This right here. Oh, it's funny how the warning signs can feel like they're butterflies. This is actually, I was very impressed that she put this in here, because it is literally a psychological truth that a love is the same, triggers the same everything in the brain, the same everything in the brain when compared to being love bombed. And being love bombed, or fear, even fear equals fear and love, show up the exact same way in the brain. This is huge. If you're a love addict, or if you come from an abusive family, or your mother was abused, or your father, or whoever was abused that raised you, it is the exact, you need to know the trigger in the brain. The triggers are the exact same. Love and fear. Love and love bombing. Love bombing is when somebody like overloads you, and you actually, it sends you on a high, and you think, I have never, oh my God, I've never experienced such love in my life. This is the love of my life. Oh my God, he tells me I'm amazing. It's like being on the high of a roller coaster. And normal, healthy love is not that. Normal, healthy love is normal. I love you. Hey, how are you doing? Just checking up on you. Love bombing is like showering it, just pouring it on. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever met. I could never live without you. I've never loved someone like this. Oh my God, like we're soulmates. I'm not saying someone can't say these things who is genuine, but when it's love bombing, it's like a drug. And they also literally did psychological studies that love bombing is in the brain equivalent to shooting up heroin. I mentioned that in another video, but it is true. It is equal. It sends off the same brain chemicals as love bombing. Love bombing, heroin. Oh, because I keep digging myself down deeper. I won't stop till I get where you are. I keep running when both my feet hurt. I won't stop till I get where you are. Oh, when you go down all your darkest roads, I would have followed all the way to the graveyard. I think that might be it. I think it just repeats itself. So, here, those are the two songs, and I wanted to make a video because I was just recently, like, attacked. I wouldn't even say attacked, because that's kind of extreme, but I was just recently, like, confronted on an acting monologue I did that I said I was inspired to do this in college, and now I redid it. But this is why I was inspired, because my mother was extremely abused. I was abused. So were her children with this man. And somebody from my family questioned me and tried to gaslight me. She probably doesn't even know what the term means. She's up there in age, but she questioned it and made me feel gaslighting makes you go, well, did it happen, or am I wrong? I guess like nobody else said it. Maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm the weirdo, and like none of this is really how I perceived it. That is not true. That's gaslighting. It comes from the movie Gaslight. Type in Gaslight full movie on YouTube. It's black and white. The man dims the lights, and his lover, his goal is to trap her with him. And she's like, the lights keep getting dimmer. And he's like, no, they're not getting dimmer. Oh my God. And along the way, she keeps going, no, they keep dimming. And he's like, oh, no, oh, oh, and he's like patting her head. He's like, you're sick. Like, you're psychologically, he makes her think she's like mental until somebody witnesses it, an outsider, and is like, and it realizes, oh my God, this woman is being manipulated. So if somebody that you told said, no, that's not abuse, or no, that never happened in your family, or I think you're exaggerating, or I think maybe you have like kind of a twisted view of it, and you know what you saw. You know what you experienced. If they're victim blaming or victim shaming, don't listen to them. Immediately go no contact with them, because this is serious. People die on a yearly, weekly basis, a weekly, monthly, yearly basis from gaslighting, from abusive partners or abusive family members. And then they went and told somebody who they thought they could trust, and then that person denied it and said, it's in your head. Like, are you sure it went that way? Are you sure, like, you're right? Maybe you need to take a nap. Like, maybe you're a little off. I've had police do this to me. After I went and I was cast for a hip-hop music video, and I went on set, and the guy after the video had beaten me almost to death from the back of my skull, but he beat me in the back so nothing would show except for some broken blood vessels, and he just beat me about 8 times. He beat me down. I kept rising up. And the nurse recorded the medical. Ironically, the nurse records the record wrong. The records. I was vomiting from the beating of the head, and she's like, "There's no sign of abuse." And I have broken blood vessels. I'm vomiting. They had to X-ray my jaw, and then I tried to go to. They released me at 8 p.m. the following day and night, and the cops are like, well, "Where are your records?" And I'm like, "Well, here's the paper that they gave me." And they're like, no, the records. And I'm like, oh my God, crap. And I'm like, no, listen, look. They even told my friend who came with me, "Oh, you go sit down." And this, of course, was prior to the Me Too Time's Up movement. So I'm sure that had something to do with their negligence. But I literally pulled the face up. One of his crew had to pulled out a gun and a bulletproof vest, because his dad was a cop and he was secretly training to be a police officer too. So by the grace of God, God definitely protected me, because what are the chances? But the police, I pulled him up on Facebook. I go, "This is him. He did it. And look, this is the guy that saved me. But his dad's a cop, so he drove me into this district." And, when he drove me to that district, the cops there were like, "Whoa, you need an ambulance." And and then I spent 8 hours in the ER, getting x-rayed, vomiting, everything. And I go to the cops in scrubs, in hospital scrubs, at 8:30 p.m. at night. And they were like joking and mocking me. A number that young boy gave me, who pulled out the gun, and the person who answered didn't speak English, which made me think, well, he either gave me a fake number, because he said to me, my dad can't know. Even though he told me, he watched me get beat. And he watched this person pull my arms behind my back, slam me on the bed, and say, come on, let's have fun. Let's have fun. And try to, like, cause a rape. Try to cause, like, an orgy rape. And I was like, get off of me. And that boy was like, do you want me to call the cops, after he watched me get beat like this over and over until I hit the floor, rose up 8 different times. And the cops mocked me. So the cops may laugh at you. Do not give up. There's always someone out there, but you gotta be wise about who you share this information, who you share the abuse with, because you don't want to that's re-traumatization, is when you go to someone about abuse and then they deny it. That is, you were traumatized, so now you have PTSD, and now you have another form of PTSD on top of that. Now you're traumatized on top of your trauma. So maybe, and like even hotlines can do this. I've called hotlines, and they're like, you think you're gonna commit suicide or you're going to? And I was like, what did you just say? Like, when I was desperate. So I'm not discouraging you from calling a hotline or reaching out to somebody, but make sure, find a group. I would suggest maybe a 12-step group, SLAA. If you have a SLAA group around you, it's not, when you think of sex and love addict, it's not a bunch of people just trying to hump each other. It stems from childhood and the love also, and not getting the nurture from your parents. Usually a SLAA, somebody of your own sex will help you, usually, and don't stop. Even if they don't stop until you find that help. So, I hope to God that, once again, I would put on, if you need to cry it out, put on Milk, MILCK, Quiet. And it's that I can't keep quiet song. And then, like the Halsey Graveyard song. If you need affirmation, that it's, no, you shouldn't stay in an abusive situation. Don't listen to anybody that discounts you, discredits you, tells you it didn't happen, tells you you're making it up, or it must be in your head. If family members do, anyone who does this, go no contact. Cut them out of your life, because that's more trauma, and that's not fair to somebody who has already been traumatized. So keep going, keep searching for somebody who cares and has a loving, search for somebody who has an empathic, loving, caring, nurturing, and you still have to test people. Maybe ask ahead of time. Hey, have you ever been in an abusive situation or a sexual assault situation? Test them out before you spill your guts. Because that could save your life, that could save your mentality. Anyways, if nobody else, I am here to validate your experience, and I validate you right now. You did not deserve that abuse. You do not deserve to be blamed or denied or re-traumatized by somebody who you thought you could tell, and you couldn't. I am here. I give that to you. I know we're over screen, but I have been there. Keep going. Stay strong. Listen to music if you can do nothing but that. All right. I love you. Take care. You are amazing. You do not deserve the abuse, and you are loved. And if anything, if no person is here to help you, go to your creator, the one that created you, who is looking over your life. And yes, you may have gone through hell and high water, but you will come out of it and you will get help at some point. I promise it will come eventually. All right. I love you. Take care. You are strong and you got this.